Hi everyone, it is a beautiful Saturday. It is sunny where I am, which makes a huge difference for me. My name is Colleen Tatum, and I am just sharing with you, honestly, it's getting to that time of year where a lot of us think about giving and what we can do to help support each other. And I just wanted to share five of my top favorite places to give to. And, there's a lot more that I love than that, but this shirt that I'm wearing here right now, it's one of my favorite shirts, and it's pretty old, and it's not a team that I love. I'm not a sports fan, but the reason I love it is it's actually a shirt that was given to me in 2016. My entire city that I live in was evacuated in a matter of hours. There was a wildfire that went out of control, and we went from safe to in danger quite quickly. And our whole city had to pack up. About 88,000 of us had to pack up and evacuate in a matter of hours. People were separated from their families. People were rushing home from work. It was, as you can imagine, total chaos, and it was terrifying. But in that time, so many things happened and so many lessons happened from it. I started my business that I'm in right now afterwards because I really saw how I was at risk and how what I was doing then was tied to one location. And I really felt like I could never be in that position again, right? We couldn't re-enter our city for like 3 months. And even when we did re-enter, the business that I had before that was like a physical business, we had to rebuild. We had all of these things. We couldn't just reopen and start making money for our family again. And so that's when I said to myself, I really need to look at something that I can do anywhere. I want to take control of that and never be in this position again. And, a lot of people are feeling that way with COVID right now, that they never want to be in the position of having someone else dictate to them when and how they can make money. So certainly totally get how people are feeling right now and the struggles that people are facing and wanting to have a side income. But anyways, every time I put on this shirt, it just reminds me of the love that is out there for people, for others, because this shirt was one of the things that was donated to me. I'm not going to cry, but it was donated to me when we had nothing. We had nothing, no clothes, no anything. And someone met me in a parking lot. Her name is Sarah, if you're watching. She met me in a parking lot and she brought me a bag of clothes, and she just gave me stuff that she had. And I just felt love, and so many people helped us in that time period, right? People met us on the side of the road with stuff. And every time I put on this shirt, I'm just reminded of the great charities and organizations that helped us. I'm just reminded that each individual person has a role to play in creating a positive change in the world, and each of us can do something to really help and impact another person. So that's why I created this list. It's kind of that time of year, like I said, that people are thinking about giving. Certainly, I would love to hear about the places that you love to give beyond this list, but these are some of the ones that I love, and this is why. So the United Way, they have their fundraisers going on right now, and honestly, the United Way is one of these organizations. It's like a super organization. They take in funds for other social agencies, and then they disperse it out. So when you give to the United Way, you're actually giving to local organizations in your community that directly support the things that they try and support. So like they try and support families, they try and support parenting help. In our town, they have like a place where you could go and get parenting classes. They support homeless shelters, they support food programs, they just support so many things. So when you do give to the United Way, you're actually giving to many, many different organizations at the same time. So that's efficient. I like that. Number 2 is the Red Cross. The Red Cross were one of the first people to come to our community and help us. They were one of the first people to give us money, actually, when we were all evacuated. They took donations, of course, from other people across Canada and the US and all over were giving to our community, and they dispersed funds to us so that we could get things that we needed right away, and that we could pay for places to stay and live, because we didn't have anywhere to live. We were just out of your town and figure it out. So they were one of the ones that helped people so much, and they helped us ongoing afterwards. So the Red Cross is a big one to me. Number 3 is the NAACP is on my list today because again, I think social justice is something that is really important. I think that us supporting things like that and the great things that the NAACP does is really important, and they support so many endeavors to do that. So they're working to support democracy. They're working to support racial injustices. They have legal defense funds. They even have things within them that help people fund education and stuff like that. So I like it. I love it. You can give to them if you see fit. Check out their website. Local groups right now need you more than ever. So your local food bank, your local Santa's Anonymous that's getting gifts ready for children that might not otherwise have a Christmas this year, your local soup kitchens, they need your help, and every little bit that you can give really is going to make a huge impact with people that you already know in your community. Lots of times it's just normal people right now that are struggling. The average Canadian and American, funnily enough, before COVID even started, had $400 or less to not being able to meet their monthly bills. So now we have COVID on top of that, on top of a situation that was already happening. There is a lot of people struggling, and you need to be able to, I think, look where you can help in your local community and local organizations and give now more than ever. And then my favorite one is Kiva. So Kiva, it's actually a lending program, a micro lending program that works across the world. They, I think, are in 76 countries. They have loaned out $1.5 billion, and 100% of what you give goes to the field, because they actually work with volunteers and they pay for their organization with donations that go to specifically that. And then what happens is you give a loan. So you can go on Kiva's website and pick a person to directly lend money to start a business, expand their business, to buy supplies for their business. Sometimes there's some people on there that need medical things from across different places. So I support to that monthly. I love it because it's kind of like the teach a person to fish thing. Like, you're giving them something that they can start to actually build up something in their community that will be able to create a sustainable funding for themselves. So they won't just be looking for another assistance. They'll be able to actually change things for themselves, and they'll actually be able to maybe even start employing other people. So I feel like when you're giving to an organization like Kiva, your dollars are going so much further. You are actually really starting to change an economy versus just putting a Band-Aid on it. And those people actually pay you back. It's super, small payments. Maybe you give $25 and they pay you $250 or something over a time period. But to me, that's not the point of it. The point of it is that I'm supporting people to change their lives. And I love that. So that one is super dear to my heart. And please check it out if you feel like what I'm saying connects with you and some of your values. But now more than ever, people need hope and they need help. Our economy is, I think, forever changed because of COVID. There are lots of companies that are growing and innovating in this time, but there's lots of companies that we are never going to see again. I read a stat that over 90% of restaurants and bars in New York could not pay their rent in September. What is going to change for them? Probably nothing. That's thousands of people out of work. If we look beyond that, American Airlines, WestJet, if we look at AHS in Alberta, we've got tens of thousands of jobs that are lost and forever changed for whatever reason, economy or otherwise. So I hope this list helped you. My shirt is a constant reminder to me of why I think it is so important to give. You have your own reasons, but I'm sure that there's something out there that you can find, that you connect with, that you're able to make an impact in someone's life. And every small impact adds up to a larger, greater good. And that is the way that we're actually going to change things for people in our communities, our countries, and the world. So thank you for listening. I hope that those give you some ideas, and have a wonderful Saturday.